Hi guys, and welcome back to part 2 of Rob's Beechcraft 11 twin engine build. And Rob's with me here, and I can see on the bench he's made some really good progress on the wing. So Rob, how's it all going?
Pretty awful really, but
No, not the aeroplane I'm talking about, not the weather.
well, yeah, as you say, we've made some progress. The wings are now joined. I've got the motor bearers in, and I've been going through a bit of a swearing job on trying to solder up some power leads.
All right, well, let's have a look. Let's bend the camera around.
Okay, wow, look at that. Oh, you're getting the wiring in. So last time we were here, the wing wasn't joined?
It's a single piece spar.
Yeah.
So you probably saw an empty spar in the air and some ribs on the ground, sort of thing, on the board. I've then put the bottom sheeting on, and still quite flexible until the top goes on. But this is the time to put some wiring in.
Yeah, of course.
This would be an area of discussion or contention, I reckon, because some say don't put the ESCs here and run power back. Put them there and then run the 3 wires out. But I'm going for the
so it's twin ESCs,
twin,
of course.
Yes,
yeah, I've got no experience with twins. So.
I've got one with a Beck and one without, because you don't want really lots of power going
right.
to the receiver.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
So I've been having a bit of a cuss and a swear on connecting up some Deans. I used to do soldering really well, but things seem to have changed, and I reckon it's down to the solder that's difficult, a bit more difficult now to get it with lead in it. Everything's gone lead free, which means it's a higher melting temperature.
Right.
But I've got quite a high, I think it's about 100 watt iron.
Oh,
I was expecting that to sort of really melt it, but you could see the Dean beginning to soften up.
I'll tell you one thing I do when I'm soldering on, because I use the XT60s.
Yeah.
I'll plug another one into this side.
Oh yes.
Yeah, to help transfer the heat. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And well, the other thing is it stops the pins sort of moving out and distorting.
You know the pins on these will rotate. So
yes,
yeah,
I think so, yeah.
So if there's a funny twist in the wire, you can just move the pin a little bit, and it.
And apparently that's a different material. A Dean is a different material to that.
I don't use the Deans myself.
No, I've kept to a Dean because the ESC came with a Dean. I go, I can't be bothered changing that.
No.
But the problem I get is getting the heat in there without melting the block. And
well, do you plug a?
I got
another plug on the end. Yeah. The opposite.
The male.
Yeah.
And getting something which is a shiny joint, it comes out very dull, and I don't like dull solder really.
No.
I don't know whether it's partly to do with this one is a 60-40, so 40% lead. So anyway, they're in. I've gone into a Y lead, so that will then go back to the battery.
So you've used a heavier cable from there forward.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I could bluff and say yes, I did some calculations, but that was what was in the box.
Ideal then, yeah.
That's
ideal.
And it seemed to be about the same diameter as the battery. So well, there we go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3S 5000, which is what I had on the Twin Otter, and that seemed to give me about 12 safe minutes of flight.
Oh, it's a nice time.
So I'm now just putting in the leads on the motor and beginning to look for the leads for the flaps and the ailerons, and I'm thinking rather than have loads of the normal sort of servo connectors, I'll perhaps go through 2 multi-blocks.
Yeah, I've not seen these. Where are these from? Are they
one of your favourite hobby shops, I think?
Oh right, okay.
I don't think I've got them.
Never seen them before. Yeah.
So I can get 2 servos on that, so that's 3
3
wires per that. I've noticed some modelers actually sort of managed to get several wires onto one pin, like several power ones, but
no.
I think I'll keep to that.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Working through at the moment, and then it will be on to onto some top sheeting.
The wing looks quite light construction, doesn't it?
Yes,
Especially the main spars are. They're beech, aren't they?
It's basswood top and bottom, and balsa vertical, and I've spruced it up. I haven't. I've played it up really.
Spruced up the beach. You put you put balsa vertical there. Oh, because you get the length then, don't you? As a that helps. Did you think about putting it vertically as sheer webbing then, or not?
No, I didn't. I was basically following it as per the plan.
I suppose you could. You could.
But it wouldn't be continuous. This is one,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I was going to say you could shear web just a few bays anyway, just up to the undercarriage sort of area. But yeah, that's a lovely looking wing. It's quite a dihedral. I know that side's up and that side's flat, but
yeah, I must admit, I've looked at it. I thought that seems to be a lot of dihedral. I've looked at the plan and the height and so on. And it does appear to be.
It's gonna fly itself, isn't it? Mind you, looking at the picture, actually, there's quite a bit in there.
Yeah, so that's bring it back down. Yeah, that's it. That's the actual dihedral.
Yeah. So it's coming on. So the bare bones are here. There's going to be a lot of thought for the flaps and ailerons and.
Yeah, I've got some blocks in for the.
What sort are you going to use?
Robarts.
Oh yeah. And your servo mounts are in.
Plan of the mylar type. I don't know, it doesn't work very well getting it through thin sections. Seems to split the wood, so I think I'm going to go for Robarts.
Yeah.
Because at least I can drill through and go with that.
Yeah. Don't forget Vaseline in the hinge.
That's right.
Yeah. When I did my DR1, I folded them back on themselves and dipped it in the Vaseline and turned it the other way around and dipped it in.
What do you use to fix yours in?
Blue tack. Epoxy, I think. Yeah, 5-minute epoxy. Why?
I've seen various things. I've used the.
It's like 15-minute epoxy. 5 minutes too quick.
It is the Superfatic.
Oh right, yeah.
That says it's suitable for that.
Yeah.
I've used that. It's been okay. And I think John actually uses the Speed Bond.
Oh, does he? Yeah.
That's really
that's my go-to wood glue at the moment. Yeah. Well, that's
Whether I'll follow John's method for the top sheeting, I'm not too sure, because he uses the Speed Bond like epoxy, not epoxy, like a contact adhesive.
Yeah.
Put it all on, let it dry, and then iron it on.
You know that RCM&E magazine you gave me with the Hunter in?
Yeah.
That technique is actually detailed in there.
Is it?
Yeah, on the builder's tip pages.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought, look at that, and I think that's from 2022 February, memory serves. So so it is a known technique. But well, that's good progress. What are you thinking about the nacelles? Oh, you've been busy drawing.
So this is there's a lot of lines on there on here because it's got the originals underneath as well. 6-inch there, and I've just ordered a pair of radial engine, mock radial engines to go in there to fill the gap up. There's quite a large
3D.
Gap. Yeah.
Because when you look at that and look at the photograph there is a big chunk of the aeroplane, isn't it? Actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And that's a 2-blade. So I've got some prop in. Got the props.
All right.
So that's. I did a bit of a check just to make sure it doesn't take a slice out of the fuselage.
What props are they then?
It's a master air screw.
Oh, they're nice ones. Yeah. Are they electric ones then?
Yeah, they're the electrics.
I didn't know they did black electrics. I only ever seen the grey ones.
10x6.
All right.
One's a pusher and one's the normal.
Contra-rotating.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. Well, they're nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Very nice. Of course, you can't go wrong with master air screws. They're lovely, aren't they? And they're nice colour too, nicer than the grey. I tend to paint mine, but we know they're black because they very kindly stopped one in the picture.
That's right.
Yeah. You're going to have a little chromy
Yeah, spinner.
Yeah, sort of nut. I suppose spinner nut.
Yeah, that's what comes with the
with the motors. That's right. Yeah. Oh yes.
There's the spinner, which isn't too far off.
No.
So,
Perfect.
that's the actual motor. So this would be the one where the shaft actually comes out.
All right.
So I'll do the back plate on there. So that'll fit there and so on. So at least the wires are bent in the other direction.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot of building up work to do here. So the wing's got to be planked first, and then you can start working on the.
So we're currently working on getting the wiring in. Although it's generally not sheeted on the rear part of it, except where the motor is.
I think I asked before about the cap strips. Were there cap strips?
No. No, you probably did. But
so if the sheeting, oh, I see, the ribs step up.
Yeah.
So there's formers here, round formers, sort of shape.
Yeah, that's what I've got to sort of take through. So it's more like a concept outline drawing, and now convert that into something which is.
And then you're going
you've got
to
like a cowl break about there somewhere, I think. Memory.
Oh right. So there's little flangey things, is it?
Yeah, there is naturally a. Around there, and so it's a bit. I think it's about there.
Yeah.
So that will be a separate cowl.
And then planked.
Planked, yes, and then still debating on whether I can actually get some sort of retract working in here. But there's not a lot of space to really get it up under the wing, because it'll be fouling in. Don't mind it sort of having a hole there, but it really fouls on the main spar. So I'd like to get a bit of a retract for a bit of authenticity, but we'll see how it goes.
Mine, I mean, it's quite a short leg, isn't it? It won't be too obvious in the air.
No.
Flying if it does prove to be more effort than it's worth. But.
Yeah, because they're quite chunky wheels. It's,
yeah.
It's 3.5, I think. Quite fair.
How exciting! Yeah. And now it's coming into spring, and the wind is still blowing, so there's going to be plenty of building time.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So what else can I show you or tell you about?
Well, that's good progress. I can't think of anything else. You've done much more on the fuselage. Obviously, you've concentrated. Oh, these ailerons, are they new?
I'm not sure.
I don't recall seeing those. Yeah, don't think we looked at those. Saw the tailplane and elevator.
Yeah, so I should say what it is. One's a flap, one's the aileron.
Well, that would be a flap, I guess.
That'll be a flap.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it? I should slow it down.
Right, so that's up that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got the bottom hinge.
Well, they give it some chord now, don't they? Some depth to the wing.
Yeah, it will be back into there.
Yeah. Because you can't appreciate the chord in that photograph.
No. That's a right. So the turn around with the left and the right. So this is purely the left flap.
Quite a bit of building to get the geometry right in this, isn't it?
Yes. So there's the flap in situ.
Are you going to have just the two hinges in that, or we're going to put one in the middle?
I was going to go for the two.
I don't want to make you. I don't want to be saying, see, down the road, if only you'd fitted three. Because they're quite chunky, aren't they? They're quite solid hinges, those robot ones. Yeah,
it's 1/8. I got 1/8.
Yeah, probably be okay with two. It's not like it's a speed design anyway.
I have thought about whether to take the cover in over the hinge point, which is that they do on the gliders, don't they?
We do, yeah.
Go all the way across. It did on the inside.
Yeah.
Obviously not on there.
But that would be a problem then if you're going to. The robot hinge is going to be right at the top edge, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
But it won't be right. Well, it'll be just below. It won't be right on, will it? So I'm just wondering if there would be a contradiction between the hinge line of the robot and the being slightly above. No, I don't think that would work. Just trying to imagine how it would work, but do away with robots and just hinge it with film.
Yeah.
What are you going to cover it with anyway?
Ori cover.
Yeah. Would that make a good hinge? I suppose it would.
It did on the inside glider, because that's the way they did it. But, I may not try and use the covering as part of the hinge.
Well, you've got plenty of time to sleep on that. You don't need to make your mind up till tomorrow.
No, that's true, isn't it?
Did I see something on the cockpit there you've done as well?
Yeah, so it's...
Oh, you've done a little bit more. You've put
did a bit more on that, so it's following the that variant. A lot of them have spark. I don't know if that's the word. Struts coming down.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before, but
this one's just got one in the middle, and then wrap round. So, what material would you use for that? Just
celluloid.
Celluloid.
Yeah, well, definitely, and you know this anyway. Make a template up out of paper, and cut it and shunt it around and glue bits on till you're absolutely happy, and then because this is going to be you don't want to really score it. It's not a hard bend, is it? It's a sort of a curvy.
That's right.
A very tight curve.
That's right.
Yeah. Have you offered the wing up to it?
Yeah, it looks quite nice.
I bet it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't do it at the moment.
No. We'll keep that for part 3.
I don't want to get my bench untidy.
No. No, this is tidy. This is
wire there, connectors there, tools up there.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
Here.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how building the aeroplane is all woodwork and very satisfying, and then you come to parts you don't like, aren't as satisfying. Wiring, undercarriage, all these things have to be and tested, working before you can cover it and everything, and all these things are all part of building a model aeroplane. And this is where people think, do you know what, I'm going to leave it for a week, and then a month, and then a year. So but how do you find it? Do you enjoy this aspect of it once a wood's built?
Not as much as I thought I would. I used to really like wiring type things, but since I've been finding difficulty getting heat into the wire quick enough without and I'm not totally happy with it. I think it's okay, and I've tested resistance, and it's negligible. So I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
And I've finally got to grips with crimping. That took me an age.
Yeah, I've not done that.
Yeah, I've got. It's not the most expensive crimping tool, but with a bit of practice, it does the job.
Okay. Yeah. So you're talking about putting the little pins on the end of the.
Yeah. And then making sure they're in the right.
Do you buy this cable by the meter then, or something?
It's the model shop.
All right.
It just comes in a bundle.
It's quite a nice heavy duty as well, isn't it?
It's heavier than the actual servo, and I was thinking, is there anything a bit lighter? But
well, yeah, but does current flow easier in a bigger cable, or is it the other way around?
It's a bigger cable will take more current. Yeah.
And but will it have more losses because there's more cable? I don't know.
Think it. I don't think it does. Now, the other interesting thing I'd a look at is querying whether it's okay to run the motor servo wire in the same hole as the power. I thought, could be some inductance there, but
they have those things on for long runs, don't they? The graphite rings.
Oh yes, yeah.
But that's on servo lead.
But it's supposedly electrically
shielded.
Knowledgeable guys on saying for this sort of distance, the power given out of that's nothing to.
No, right.
You won't get a cross talk or whatever the term is.
Well, that's one thing less to.
And the other thing you may not notice is that.
Well, I did say the poor workmanship there, but I didn't like to comment.
You usually do.
But it's the same both sides, so I'm guessing it's deliberate.
Yeah, it's. I don't know whether you pronounce it NACA. Whether it's said NACA or NACA. It was a forerunner of NASA when they were doing in the 30s and 40s, doing sort of experiments on wing profiles and so on. And this particular designer, Pettigrew, he was puts that cuff on, reckons it reduces the tendency to tip store.
So when the leading edge is on, it still maintains that.
So you've got that curvature there.
It just goes,
and then one goes out a little bit further.
Yeah.
So it's generally very similar, and it's flat along the bottom.
Is that on the full size one?
No.
No,
it's something he's introduced for stability. And there will be a little bit of washout on
I see, and the tip's bent up as well.
Yeah, I've put a bit more meat into that than that's on the plan. It was totally open.
It's probably a good idea actually for where we fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should put a cutter along the edge in case it's going through some long grass.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, that's a great update, and we look forward to coming back. So next time we come, then we'll see the cows.
Well, I hope so.
At least in skeletal form, if not plank. But it'd be nice to see them in skeletal form to see how it all goes together.
Back for a week, will you?
No. I'll give you a week. We'll schedule with 7 days' time. Yeah. No, that's good. Okay. Thanks, Rob. That's a good update. Really enjoyable.
So there we are, guys. That's Rob's part 2 complete, and I think you'll agree it's looking really spectacular. I'm sort of ducking down here. I hope I'm in. Doesn't look like I am. So thanks very much, Rob, and we'll see you for part 3, and
back to the coffee.
Yeah, let's go and get another one. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.